Alright guys, just saying here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we're going to be checking out the EZA LR God Goku. Now this guy is a global first, which I think is pretty interesting because we don't really see global first all that often, and I think the last time we saw one was the 7th year anniversary, when we saw the EZA for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So the fact that we got one now is, pretty cool because this guy is a very good unit. Of course he's going to provide a ton of use for you, and pretty much any event, in terms of the first 10 turns at least, because the first 10 turns, this guy's going to be nuts. But yeah, we are going to be checking out this guy at 55%. Unfortunately, my private server does not have him EZA'd yet, so I figured why not just bring him in my account, and on my account, I don't have any dupes in him, hence the 55% video, but I got some pretty good equips on him. I've got a level 5 additional and then a level 5 defense, so there is that, and yeah, I've been lacking a little in terms of his links, but don't worry about it. We're close to level 10, so it's good enough. I mean, look at that. We're like, you know, we got one level 10, we got like 9s, 8s, and like 1 7, so we're basically there. But just keep that in mind throughout the video. We're only 55%, and we're not even link level 10. So, alright, starting off, though, we have a pretty good rotation with him. We have him next to his ideal linking partner in the 7th year anniversary LR Gods, and that is really good because they are very, very good units. So the fact that this guy works well with them, of course, is to his benefit. So right here, we are going to have 5 out of 7 links active. So pretty good, pretty good. We're easily going to be at 24 key right here because, of course, we got some Rainbow Orb changing with the God Goku. And right here, we are at 190k defense start of turn. Not really that impressive. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. That's not really that high of a defensive stat. But you do have to keep in mind there are other things going on. Not only do we have the high chance to dodge right here, but we do also get 50% attack and defense for 5 turns. And as we saw right there, over an 8 million attack stat, pretty good considering we got a 50% chance to crit. Yeah, 6.5 million damage. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. And defensively right there, we were like 250k defense, I think. So, I mean, you know, our defensive number wasn't really that good, but our defensive stat, considering we have a high chance to dodge, that was pretty good. So, one thing about this guy that you do have to keep in mind is for him to be at his max potential, you do have to have him on a full Pure Saiyans team or a full Hybrid Saiyans team. Basically, you can just mix the team up with Pure or Hybrid Saiyans allies, which I don't really think is that big of a deal, just because it's a God Goku, so most of the time you're going to have him on these teams that have other Pure and Hybrid Saiyans, you know, just options. Like, you know, Realm of Gods, you've got a bunch of Pure Saiyans options. Pure Saiyans, you've got a bunch of, obviously, Pure Saiyans options. Goku family has a bunch of Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans options, you know, Kamehameha, all that. So I don't really think that's going to be that difficult with this guy, but it is something you should prioritize because I think it is a 55% attack and defense buff, which it's pretty important, especially the defense, because this guy's start of turn defense isn't really that crazy. So without the extra 55% defense, that really would make it to where if you're not dodging, I think you're probably going to be taking a little bit too much damage. But still, a really good unit overall. I mean, it's not really going to be that difficult to get the 55% attack and defense, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal, but it is something you should still prioritize. All right, so anyway, right here, we are going to have, all right, we're going to have 5 out of 7 links active again, so pretty much the same thing. We've got support from the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and we're at 285k defense. All right, so a much higher defensive stat than I was expecting. I think I said we would be around like 250k defense, but that just goes to show I suck at math. And we're almost at 300k defense, which is pretty good. I mean, that's good considering we're still getting defense for the next 5 turns. And yeah, I mean, let's just go ahead and see what attack stat he's going to be at. Keep in mind, we're not at a full 24 key right here, so our attack could be even crazier than this. And look at that, we're getting dodges off. I mean, yeah, if you're dodging every attack with this guy too, that's the value for him just skyrockets. But let's see what attack stat we're at right here. A 9.7 million attack stat. That's pretty good. 55% too. Can we crit? We still did 6.2 million damage even without a crit. Of course, we had type advantage right there, but still, that's pretty useful. I mean, because if we would have crit right there, our damage probably would have been, yeah, over 10 million. So, I mean, really useful, or at least around 10 million. So really useful right there. I mean, I think this guy is going to provide a ton of value for you, especially within the first 10 turns, like I was saying, just because he keeps that high chance to crit and dodge. He does actually get some extra defensive stats for the first 10 turns. I think he gets Hang on, let me pull him up really quick. Yeah, okay, so he gets 3 ki and then 50% defense for the first 10 turns. So yeah, for the first 10 turns, it's just, he's going to be insane. I mean, between the dodging, the crits, the extra defense and ki, just everything about him is really good. However, one issue with him is after the 10th turn, I think you might take a little bit too much damage with him. And especially the fact that his dodge does drop to a 30% chance. You're actually going to be taking attacks a lot more often compared to his 50% chance to dodge because, you know, 50% is a little more reliable. But 30%, it's not really all that crazy. So I feel like after the 10th turn, especially if you're in a difficult event, on turn 10, you're like pretty much guaranteed to be at the final phase of the enemy. And I don't think this guy is going to be tanking that well in the final phases of these events. Just because, I mean, well, 380k defense is good, considering we get 50% on super attack, and we have the high chance to dodge. But with only a 30% chance to dodge, I don't know. I really don't think that's that crazy, because from super attacks, and even from normals in some events, this guy is going to be taking a lot of damage. But regardless, I mean, just not even counting his defense, this guy's offense is insane. I mean, look at this turn right here. I mean, we have no support, and what are we at? At 9.6 million attacks, that has a 50% chance to crit. I mean, that's crazy, because then even if we had like one dupe, that would easily be a 10 million attacks that. We were right there, so yeah, it's not that uncommon. This guy's going to be at 10 million, and when you're at 10 million attack stats and you have a 50% chance to crit, that's pretty damn good. Especially if you're getting additionals, because additionals with this guy, your defense is going to skyrocket, and you're going to do so much more damage, because then you have another attack stat that has a 50% chance to crit. And, I mean, if you're hitting around a 10 million attack stat on your 18 key, your 12 key would probably be around like 5, 6, 7 million. And doing that level of damage also with a 50% chance to crit, is just crazy. So, I think this guy's going to be extremely useful. It really just kind of depends on where you bring him. Because if you bring him in these crazy long events, for the first 10 turns he's going to be good. But then after that, he might drop a little in terms of value. But if you bring him in like Super Battle Road stages or anything like that, he's going to be insane. He's going to be very, very good. So, yeah, what we'll do is we'll showcase this rotation with him right here, and then we will cut to the Cell Max event and see how good he's doing in there. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do a little tomfoolery with him right here? Why don't we nuke with him? Let's see how much damage we can get with a nuke. Because if we're doing almost 10 million damage just casually, oh my god, look at that, too. 20 key spheres. Oh, this is going to be crazy. All right, so let's do that. Let's do the World Tournament Announcer item. And then right here, we are at 380k defense. So after we super, we're going to be over 600k defense. That's pretty good. 600k defense with a 50% chance to dodge is pretty good. But actually, our dodge and crit chance is about to run out in 2 turns. And we didn't get a single dodge right there off. 22 million attacks, that, of course, that's crazy, but we nuked with him, so I was expecting something crazy. Can we crit right here just for, yeah, 14.8 million damage, that's pretty good, that is pretty good. Actually, you know what, let's play this rotation out, because I want to see, well, actually, you know what, let me just cut to when we're on, like, turn 11 or 12 or whatever, so then we can check out how, like, far his defense actually drops once he loses the extra defensive buff for the first 10 turns. Alright, so we are here on turn 12, and we did lose out on our 50% chance to dodge and crit, and we lost the 3 key and 50% defense. So as you can see right there, we did drop to 318k defense. So that is a little on the lower end. I mean, that's not necessarily bad, because we do still get 50% defense on super attack for 5 turns, but I don't know. I mean, that, you know, it's a little bit lower than I would want. I mean, of course, we're still taking double digits in here. And we still do a 9.6 million attack stat, which is very good. But we don't have the 50% chance to crit right here, or any of that. So, okay, well, we got the additional. So I'm glad we get to show this in the video. We haven't gotten a single additional yet. Because, I mean, of course, as you guys saw, I do still have that 5 additionals in the hidden potential system with this guy. Okay, so we're getting supered. I don't think we're going to take that much damage from this event. A little over 200k. That's a little bit of damage. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it really just does boil down to where you bring him. Because if you bring him in an event like this, even though he does still lose on his chance to dodge at the end of the event, I mean, he'll still be really good because for the majority of the event, he's going to be destroying it, doing so much damage with his crits and dodging a lot. But if you bring him in like a red zone stage that is lasting a long time, for instance, the, I don't know, the Frieza red zone stage and the Wicked Bloodline one, where Frieza goes from like first form, second form, third form, all the way to full power Frieza, he might get destroyed in there. Well, actually, no, because he has type advantage in the last phase. Okay, wait. I'm trying to think of where this guy's going to, like, suck, but I'm kind of struggling. Maybe, like... Oh, well, Broly. Yeah, Broly, this guy's going to be pretty bad because he obviously can't get his dodge off in there. But to be fair, I mean, every dodging unit sucks when they're fighting Broly, so I guess that's not really fair comparison. But anyway, I guess I'll bring him in a red zone stage. I don't know where I'm going to... Oh, Cell Max. Yeah, I can bring him in Cell Max. That didn't even occur to me until now. All right, well, let's go ahead and cut to the Cell Max test then. Alright, so we're here fighting Cell Max, and we got a pretty good situation for him right here. We're going to have 5 out of 7 links, because of course we have next to LR Gods, and just a good rotation for him overall. We don't have any support though, and our defense is only at 380k, so that is a little bit on the lower end, so if we don't dodge, we're going to take a lot of damage. But we do still have his dodge and crit chance up, because of course we are still within the first 10 turns, and yeah, let's just go ahead and see how well he's going to perform right here. Hopefully we get some dodges off. I do want to take at least one attack just to see how much he's taking, but maybe we'll take after we super. So basically 9 million attacks that. I mean, yeah, dude, this guy's damage is great. I mean, not really much to complain about. We got the 50% chance to crit, which we got for 6 million, and we took one attack for 16k. All right, so that's not quite double digits, obviously. I mean, keep in mind with the double super, we could have easily tanked double digits. We had no support right there, and obviously 55%, not even link level 10. So there's still a lot going for him to where he could have performed a little bit better, but 16k isn't really that good considering he has type advantage. So, I mean, yeah, there is that, but again, 55%, all that stuff. So do keep that in mind. So yeah, I think the main issue with this guy is just his stats. Because if you're not getting the dodges off, which we still did dodge 3 out of those 4 attacks. So, I mean, we dodged a ton of them. And we would have taken a lot more than 16k per normal before we supered. Okay. I mean, I guess that just goes to show how much Cell Max hits for. Wow, 240k per normal. So let's go ahead and cut to the unit breakdown. Okay, so here we have Legend Reborn Super Saiyan God Goku. So starting off with his leader skill, it is Pure or Hybrid Saiyans category Ki plus 4, HP attack and defense plus 150%. His 12 key is that he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to enemy, and then greatly lowers attack. On his 18 key, he greatly raises attack and defense for 5 turns, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and then greatly lowers defense. And then on his passive, he gets Ki plus 2, attack and defense plus 100%. He gets an additional attack plus 50% when performing an ultra super attack. He gets an additional Ki plus 1 up to Ki plus 5, and then attack and defense up to, 11% up to 55%. Per Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans category ally. Sorry, that was kind of a tongue twister. On the team. And then he gets an additional 3 key and 50% defense and a high chance of evading enemies' attack and a high chance of performing a critical hit for 10 turns from start of turn. And then he gets a medium chance to evade enemies' attacks starting from the 11th turn. So yeah, unfortunately, it does drop to a medium chance of evading enemies' attack. And he just completely loses his crit chance, which, you know, I don't know. I think that's my main issue with this guy is after the 10th turn, you lose all of the crits and the dodges. Well, you don't completely lose the dodge, but it does go down exponentially. And this guy's raw stats aren't really enough in terms of his defense. His attack is pretty high, but his defense isn't enough to just be good by itself. He kind of needs that dodge, and a medium chance just isn't high enough. But getting into this guy's links, it is Godly Power, Warrior Gods, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Over in a Flash, Shattering the Limit, and Legendary Power. His categories are Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Turtle School, Miraculous Awakening, Legendary Power, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle, Battle of Fate, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Bond of Parent-Child, Warriors Raised on Earth, Superheroes, and Power of Wishes. So a ton of categories. That absolutely is good about this unit. He has a bunch of categories to work really good on, and he has a bunch of partners on all these categories too. So, I mean, in terms of finding a spot for this guy, you're not going to struggle with that at all. He's got a ton of spots where he'll be extremely useful and just provide some use in terms of that. But that has pretty much been the video. Let me know what you guys think of this guy at 55%. Let me know how many dupes you guys have of this guy, or if you even have him. And yeah, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.